I don't get excited about stuff as nerdy as this, but I'm going to nerd out. This is probably the coolest fly organization system I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's a big brown.
In case you have been living under a rock and haven't seen what's going on with C&F in the last year or year plus, they have essentially disappeared from the US market, gone into the bat cave of product design and development, and are now at the process where they're releasing an entirely revamped lineup of fly organization, boxes, foam inserts. I'm going to get to that in a minute. But forget what you've ever known about C&F fly boxes, because it has totally changed. We're going to go through all the changes and how this can benefit you. I think this could change the way you organize your flies. So let's break it down. The way this is organized, it's a modular system now that's going to be based on a series of boat boxes, fly boxes, and these foam inserts. Previously, when you would buy most of the C&F fly boxes of recent memory, you would buy a box and the foam would be fixed. It would be part of the box and you would have the leaves. However, now every box that you buy from C&F will have the ability to swap out those foam inserts. So that's the biggest change. The organization system for this, to me, is a game changer. So it starts out with these boat boxes. There are several different types. The sizes of the boat boxes are all essentially the same footprint. Now, they are fairly hefty, so this is not something that you would necessarily be able to fit in a chest pack like so. They're not designed to do that. We'll get to how this would work. But they are designed as high density, very organized fly storage. So I've settled on basically the highest density trout box, and then I've kind of designated them, in this case, Stillwater, Stillwater 2, and River. What this is based off of is these leaf inserts, or these little foam inserts, which also come in a variety of sizes. With the boxes themselves, they have different configurations depending on which one you want. We'll go ahead and put up a graphic so you can see which type of box of these boat boxes would apply to you. The majority of the stuff I do is for trout, so a lot of smaller flies, but also some bigger streamers, bigger dries, that sort of thing. So the boat boxes are usually going to consist of a couple of different size accommodations of these inserts. So I've decided to keep my boat box in one of these two sizes. So we've got the small and the larger size foam inserts. And then the boxes also have a leaf. So I've got damsels, I've got calabatus, some more damsels. We've got lots of blobs, fabs, boobies, some leeches. I also have one that's a mixture, which is another cool feature of these things. And then a bunch of other Stillwater stuff. So that's where I would keep these. If I'm going on the boat, I would put them in my boat bag. So we've got boat box and we've got a boat bag, which, as a side note, if you were ever considering buying a boat box, these fit very nicely in the new Simms large size Dry Creek boat box. And so what we'll do is we lift this up, slide that in. So when I go on Stillwater trips, I can fit two of these boat boxes in my boat bag. Moving on from the boat boxes, we'll talk about the foam and then the fly boxes. The foam inserts typically are going to match the size of the box. And the boxes, as we'll show you in another graphic, come in 6 to 8 different colors and all different sizes to match the sizing of the boat boxes. So as you purchase these, you want to make sure that the foam fits the box that you want, fits the boat box. And then with the foams themselves, they come in a variety of different ones. You've got some kind of bigger dry fly style things, some smaller nymphs, and then you've got some streamer size or bigger dry fly, longer slit foam pieces. And so really that's just driven by the size of the flies that you want to throw in there and maybe the density of however many flies you want to jam into a given box. So the beauty of this then is that you can mix and match across different genres of fishing. For instance, this is how I've got mine organized, Stillwater versus River, But let's say I'm going to go fishing on a stillwater and they're eating hoppers, which is not necessarily, I'm not going to necessarily have a hopper box for stillwater. But what I can do is I can open up my river box and I can pop out my hopper foam or my big dry attractor foam. And if I were going to, let's say, just walk the shoreline, I could pop this into one of the boxes. And the way these work is we have these little spring-loaded clamps. You just seat the box in there and boom, it's going to stay in there, and now we're mobile. So that's the advantage of this. Even if you don't have a boat, I still like these boat boxes as a way to store and manage a lot of different flies in one central location. Then you get back from your trip and you want to put these back in their location where you got them. You simply pop it out of the box, and we'll go ahead and put that in the boat box where it goes. And now we're back to storage level. Our box is now empty, and I can use that for future storage. Another note about organization on this is if I wanted to, I could take, for instance, the boat box and I could stick it in a boat bag. Again, whether or not I have a boat is kind of immaterial. The nice thing, and that I've been doing this a lot lately, where I've been going to a river with different types of hatches, rather than have to carry 20 or 30 of these guys, what I can do is I can go to the river with this and maybe one or two of the boxes. I can just take the foam inserts that I want, stick them into the bag, or carrying them in a vest or whatever you want to do. But the nice thing is that you've got them all already organized and you can swap them out and mix and match. So what I found for me, that over the years I tie flies and I move on to different patterns or newer patterns, I'll tend to have, like, this was my chironomid box, and so I'll be backing flies out of there. What this will allow us to do is just grab a little foam insert, start to populate that with the flies, and now I've got not as big as a full box, but I still got another source of flies that I can use for organization. Stick them in here, you can swap them out, you can do whatever you need organizationally between the big boat boxes and the small fly boxes. But again, I'm using the boxes, the small ones at least, for temporary transportation and storage when I'm on my person. As a side note, I have fished with these on some really remote lakes out of my small float tube, which has 2 saddlebags. I've found that I can fit one in each of the saddlebags. They fit, they're a little snug, but they fit. I have a bigger Skadden that has bigger saddlebags, and I can actually fit 2 of these in one of the saddlebags. So most of my stillwater stuff, plus when we go on the big boat or the drift boat, I have a boat bag. It's so nice to be able to have all the flies in one location. You don't have to worry about leaving your chironomid box or your mayfly box, because you're going to consolidate and concentrate your flies in 1 or 2 or 3 different locations. So I think it's a lot easier to keep track of things. And another cool feature that you'll find with the way these foam inserts work is they have these new little, let's call them fly box lanyards. And so they're magnetically attached. However, you'll notice the foam in there is just like the other little foams. They come out. Now this will accommodate one, and they come in different sizes to match the foam, so you can get the small one. This is kind of the medium size, and there's a larger one. But what I've done with these is, let's say I'm doing a hike to a remote lake and I don't have a boat. I don't even want to be bringing more than a couple of the smaller boxes. I can kind of create my own little all-star best hits top flies kind of foam, and which I have done, and I've just snagged those from some of the other foam inserts, and I'd create like the best of the best. And I keep that here, so this would be kind of my go-to, or just your organizational box. You've probably seen us fish with the CNF chest boxes that go on your pack. This is a similar concept. It's just also very lightweight. So that's a great little plus. I've got a couple of these that I use. I use one for stillwater, one for rivers. And again, it's a nice way that you can just swap things in and out, have them all organized and everything in one place. If you really wanted to start in this organizational piece, you would just need a boat box, which does come with the foam inserts already supplied. You can buy foam inserts a la carte, And then the boxes, like I mentioned, will come, you can get them in 2 flavors actually. These come empty, so when you buy these boxes, they're the universal boxes is what they're called, and we have a chart up there that shows the sizes and the colors. And then you can also buy the boxes that already come with foam in them, but those also are removable. So if you wanted to say just start out with one box that has the foam in it already, you can fill those boxes up, and as you start to move up, then you can start to move and put your extra foam inserts into, say, a boat box for safekeeping and organization purposes. Anyway, I'm a big fan. This to me is a game changer. I think it fits a lot of different methodologies, very flexible. Like I said, this is not for everybody, but it is a great way to organize your flies. And as it just so happens, if you click on the link below, we will have a link that allows you to look at these and purchase them if you are so inclined. Visit us, www.flyfishfood.com. Leave any comments or questions down below and we'll get back to you.